Hi everyone and welcome back to 5 Minute Family Search. So the next area I want to talk about is the famous area that's in the Find a Grave website. This is more of a little fun thing to get into to look around. I'm going to go ahead and click on famous and it's going to bring me here. So if I wanted to search for somebody that's famous, I could enter their name or any information I have about them and I can click search. So just because it's always the easiest one, we'll put in Elvis and we're going to click search and it's going to pull up 227 records that relate to Elvis somehow. So when we're looking here, we're just going to start at the top. So here is his actual one, Elvis Aaron Presley. It has his birth and his death, and it says he was a rock singer actor. So it has this listed out, and that is for the cemetery. There's another one listed for his home in Graceland. If you keep coming down, here is his father, and anyway, all of these people somehow, all 227 people somehow are affiliated with Elvis Presley. So that is a way that you can look through and find a famous grave for somebody. Okay, so now I'm going to come back to famous because I want to get back to that previous screen. So these are three ways that we can search. We can go by location. You can click on there and it'll take you to North America, South America. You can come through and click there and you can search for people who have passed away. You can go into claim to fame and you can say, I want to see all sports figures who have passed away. And if you come over here to sports figures, there's 6,119 listed, and you can click on there and it has Ty Cobb. I actually recognize that name. But anyway, these are all people who were sports figures, and these are all of their obituaries, cemeteries, things like that listed for them. I can go back to categories here and I can go back here. This up here in this top right hand button, this will take me back to famous. So I can click this down here or come back up to the middle of the screen and click up there. And either way is going to take you back to where we started from. If I want to see show new listings, this is going to show me who most recently has died. That was famous. So this is there's 100 records here. So Judy Martz, she was the governor of Montana. She passed away just a few days ago. So anyway, you can look through here, and Fats Domino has all these people and it has their information listed in Find a Grave, just like your ancestors have been. Same thing, but these, like I said, are just famous people that have been added into Find a Grave. Um, let's see. Oh, I went back to the wrong screen. I'm like, that doesn't look familiar. I went back to memorials. I apologize. So here we are back at famous. So these are the most popular. If you come down to the middle of the screen, you can just scroll down here. These are the most popular that have been looked at recently. And to the right is going to say explore. Now this is kind of interesting. You can go through and you can look at people who either were born on this date of November 3rd or who died on this date, November 3rd. Yearly necrologies. If you click there, you can go through and see 75 people that have recently passed away. Chuck Barris, Greg Allman. These are people who have just passed away most recently that were famous. Posthumous reunions. If you go through here, you can open this up, and these will show you like the they're like folders. So like here we can look at the 7 astronauts that were on the Mercury mission. We can come over here and look at the signers of the U.S. Declaration of Independence. We can come down here to the Lincoln assassination. Let's just click on that one. So the Lincoln assassination shows you the 19 records who are somehow all affiliated with the Lincoln assassination. And you can go through and look at their headstones, their obituaries, things like that. We're going to go back on the right. Interesting monuments. We're going to click there. These are just ones that people thought were either beautiful or very unique or eye-catching for some reason. And so those are interesting monuments. And then the one I think is kind of funny is this interesting epitaphs. And these change. But you can scroll down here. We'll just click on one. I clicked on this one earlier, James Bear. And if we look at his, I'm going to enlarge it. And his headstone says, "It happens." So somebody thought that was kind of clever, and so they went ahead and added that one. So that one says, "It happens." If I come back, let's see on this screen, I'm not seeing where I can go back as easily. So I'm just going to come back up here and I'm going to click on cemeteries. Nope, we're in famous. So I'm going to click on famous. I apologize. And we'll come back down to interesting epitaphs where we were. And we'll look at somebody else's. Let's see, William Baldwin. We're going to click on his, and it says, and here lies lucky and always will lie. And so, anyway, they're just kind of funny, clever. This one I thought was interesting. I like this one. It talks about him and it gives you a little bit of information. He served many years in Anchorage with the RCMP. He was crippled with polio and ran about Anchorage in an electric three-wheel cart. He established the first self-service cash grocery store in that city, and he kept his tombstone beneath his bed for many years prior to his death. So anyway, that is just interesting information, but that is what you will find in the famous section of Find a Grave. Like I said, it's more of an entertaining thing. You can go through and look for famous people or people who have died recently, or like I said, what I thought was interesting was where you could go in and look for a folder like Lincoln's assassination or anything like that and be able to find all of the people who had involvement with that, and you can actually see their information on Find a Grave. So that is again how you use the famous section on Find a Grave.